The name Jeffrey Epstein hangs heavy in the air, a chilling reminder of wealth, power, and the abuse of both. His crimes, a horrifying tapestry of sex trafficking and exploitation, sent shockwaves through society, exposing a dark underbelly of privilege and impunity. Even after his death in a Manhattan jail cell in 2019, Epstein's sinister legacy continues to haunt us, its tendrils reaching into the highest echelons of power. Epstein's case is a stark reminder of the systemic issues that allow such abuse to flourish. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about wealth, influence, and the ease with which powerful individuals can operate above the law. The fight for justice in the Epstein case is far from over. It is a fight for the countless victims whose lives he shattered, and a fight to ensure that such a monstrous abuse of power never happens again. The recent release of documents by the Department of Justice, while a step towards transparency, has only intensified the public's demand for answers. The spectre of Epstein's crimes continues to loom large, a stark reminder of the work that remains to be done in seeking justice and holding the powerful accountable. In July 2023, the Department of Justice released a trove of documents related to the Epstein case, fueling the public's insatiable hunger for information. These documents, while voluminous, offered frustratingly little new information, leaving many with more questions than answers. The released pages primarily consisted of names already familiar to those who have followed the case closely. Associates, acquaintances, and individuals linked to Epstein through flights on his private jet, infamously dubbed the Lolita Express. Among the names listed were high-profile figures from the worlds of politics, entertainment, and finance. Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Prince Andrew, Alan Dershowitz, Bill Richardson, Mick Jagger, Naomi Campbell. These names, alongside many others, were once again thrust into the spotlight, their association with Epstein raising eyebrows and fueling speculation. It is crucial to emphasize that inclusion on these lists does not equate to guilt. Mere association with Epstein, while perhaps reflecting poor judgment, does not imply involvement in his heinous crimes. However, the release of these documents, while seemingly anticlimactic, has served as a catalyst, reigniting the public's demand for transparency and accountability. The question remains, what else is hidden within the remaining files, and why has the FBI been hesitant to release them? Adding fuel to the fire, Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi has publicly challenged the FBI, claiming that their New York field office is withholding thousands of pages of Epstein-related material. Bondi, who has been vocal in her pursuit of justice for Epstein's victims, has demanded the immediate release of these documents, arguing that the public has a right to know the full extent of Epstein's crimes and the potential complicity of others. Her accusations have placed the FBI under intense scrutiny, with critics accusing the Bureau of obfuscation and a lack of transparency. The FBI, for its part, has remained tight-lipped, citing ongoing investigations as justification for withholding the documents. This silence, however, has done little to quell the growing public outcry. Bondi's plea for transparency has resonated with many who believe that the full truth surrounding Epstein's crimes has yet to be revealed. The fight for these documents has become symbolic of a larger battle, a battle for accountability, for justice, and for the right of the public to know the truth. Caught in the crosshairs of this high-stakes battle is FBI Director Christopher Wray. Since his appointment in 2017, Wray has faced numerous challenges, but few as complex and politically charged as the Epstein case. The pressure on Wray to release the remaining Epstein files is immense, coming from both sides of the political aisle as well as from a public increasingly distrustful of powerful institutions. Adding to Wray's burden is the fact that he inherited a bureau still grappling with the fallout from the 2016 elections and the subsequent investigations into Russian interference. The FBI's handling of those sensitive matters has been widely criticized, leaving Wray with the unenviable task of restoring public trust in the agency. The weight of the Epstein case, with its potential to expose criminal wrongdoing at the highest levels of society, rests heavily on Wray's shoulders. His decisions regarding the release of the remaining documents will have far-reaching consequences, shaping not only the course of the Epstein investigation, but also the public's perception of the FBI's commitment to transparency and accountability. Section 5. The Court of Public Opinion, Scrutiny and Speculation. The Epstein case, with its toxic brew of wealth, power and sexual abuse, has ignited a firestorm of public scrutiny and speculation. Social media platforms have become breeding grounds for conspiracy theories, with armchair detectives dissecting every detail of the case, poring over flight logs and speculating about the identities of those who may have participated in or enabled Epstein's crimes. This relentless public scrutiny has created a pressure cooker environment, with law enforcement agencies facing intense criticism for any perceived lack of progress or transparency. Every statement is analyzed, every decision scrutinized, and every delay met with suspicion. The court of public opinion can be a powerful force, capable of shaping narratives and influencing the course of justice. In the Epstein case, it has served as both a catalyst for accountability and a breeding ground for misinformation. As the case continues to unfold, it remains to be seen how this tension between public scrutiny and the need for a fair and impartial investigation will play out. Section 6. Shadows in Paris, the Brunel connection. The Epstein saga extends far beyond the shores of the United States, casting a long shadow over Europe, particularly France. Jean-Luc Brunel, a prominent French modeling agent, has emerged as a key figure in the ever-expanding web of Epstein's associates. Brunel, once a close confidant of Epstein, is accused of playing a pivotal role in procuring young women for the disgraced financier. In a significant development, Brunel is currently facing preliminary charges in France related to Epstein's alleged crimes, including sexual assault of minors. French authorities have been conducting their own investigation into Epstein's activities, focusing on his ties to France and his alleged abuse of young models. The Brunel case highlights the international scope of Epstein's alleged crimes and the importance of international cooperation in seeking justice for his victims. It also raises questions about the role of powerful figures in the fashion industry and their potential complicity in exploiting vulnerable young women. Section 7. A web of associations, names from Epstein's world. The list of Epstein's known associates reads like a who's who of the rich and famous, a stark reminder of the seductive allure of power and the ease with which it can be used to exploit others. From politicians to celebrities, business tycoons to royalty, Epstein cultivated a vast network of influential connections, often blurring the lines between personal and professional relationships. While it is important to reiterate that mere association with Epstein does not equate to guilt, the sheer number of high-profile individuals linked to him raises troubling questions. How was Epstein able to operate with such impunity for so long? Did his connections to the powerful shield him from scrutiny? The investigation into Epstein's crimes must delve deeper into these associations, examining the nature of these relationships and whether any individuals wittingly or unwittingly facilitated his abuse. The pursuit of justice demands a thorough and impartial investigation, one that leaves no stone unturned, regardless of the stature of those involved. Section 8. Justice Served, the conviction of Ghislaine Maxwell. In a landmark moment in the pursuit of justice for Epstein's victims, Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's former girlfriend and alleged accomplice, was found guilty in December 2021 of sex trafficking and related charges. Maxwell, the daughter of a British media mogul, was accused of playing a central role in Epstein's sex trafficking ring, recruiting and grooming young girls for abuse. Her conviction, a resounding victory for the survivors who bravely came forward to testify against her, sent a powerful message that those who enable and facilitate sexual abuse will be held accountable, regardless of their wealth or connections. Maxwell's sentencing to 20 years in prison marked a significant step towards justice, but it is by no means the end of the story. The fight to uncover the full extent of Epstein's crimes and hold all those involved accountable continues. Section 9. Unmasking the truth, the need for continued investigation. The Epstein case is far from closed. While the release of documents and the conviction of Ghislaine Maxwell have shed some light on Epstein's crimes, many questions remain unanswered. Who else was involved in his sex trafficking ring? What did his powerful associates know, and when did they know it? The pursuit of justice demands a relentless and unwavering commitment to uncovering the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. The FBI must release all remaining Epstein-related documents, and a thorough and impartial investigation must be conducted into all allegations of wrongdoing. The victims of Epstein's abuse deserve nothing less. Their voices, once silenced by fear and intimidation, are now being heard, and their courage demands a full accounting of the truth. The world is watching, waiting to see if justice will truly be served in the shadow of Jeffrey Epstein.